Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Are we on the right angle here? Looks kind of like a bit skew-iff. Let's do that. Well, whatever. We'll put up with it. Now, folks, you know me. Sometimes I have lots of videos planned and then things get in the way. You know, that horrible, ethereal, otherworldly thing known as stuff that just hurtles into your path and obstructs you and leads you astray. Yeah, stuff's got in the way again. But this is a little update video to let you know what's coming on later today, so long as other stuff doesn't get in the way. I'm going to do the full magazine edition. Yeah, full magazine edition, which is a bit overdue, to be honest. And also, we might even do some cooking with Kilty. Yes, it's been a kind of one-off here, there and everywhere. Little videos where I've done a pot noodle, I've done haggis with whiskey, I've done a crisp butty, I think I've done other things as well. But I might do a little bit of what's cooking in Kilty's kitchen later on. It's just for a laugh, folks, it's just for a laugh. And while we're on, I want to say a big thank you to 4D. 4D is a very regular commentator on the channel. If you look down in the comments, down below, you will find huge essays written by 4D, who lives out in the tropical enclave of Eccles, just outside Manchester. And he's a great guy. He's been a follower since the year dot. And like I go on forever talking trivia, anecdotes, movie references, left, right and centre for hours. Well, his comments are like a written version of what I do. So do take your time and have a little perusal of his comments. But anyway, he doesn't do social media, apart from YouTube obviously, doesn't do social media at all. So he sends things to me, but he sends them to the pub, which is really the best, possibly the best way of doing it. So a little package turned up from 4D in the Telegraph pub by me, which of course, as everyone knows, is one of my favourite hostelries, although horribly overpriced at the moment. I say at the moment. Prices don't go down again, do they? But the price hike in there has driven many away. And, you know, it is what it is. Don't know why you did it. Put way too much on a pint and way too much on me whiskey. Whiskey, you say? Whiskey, I do say. Here, here. Cheers, y'all. And I'm still on this weird, unknown muck. High Commissioner. Yeah, well. Eesh. But there is grouse arriving because it is shopping day and Mrs. Kilt-Man and the daughter are out getting provisions in right now. So there should be a brand spanking new bottle of grouse for me. Yes! But I goes into the Telegraph and, "Oi, Kilt-Man, there's a package here for you. It's got your name on it and then it says Kilty." Does indeed. Now, I knew he was sending this. And he's definitely done it as a kind of like, I know your game, 4D. You want me to review Marathon Man, the classic Nazi baiting, teeth drilling classic thriller with Dustin Hoffman, Laurence Olivier, Roy Scheider, Willem Dafoe and Martha Kelly. It's a wonderful film. I haven't seen it for a long time. The first time I saw this, I got really distressed by the opening sequences. So not even the mugging or the teeth drilling, you know, none of that. It was the massive racist stuff that took place and the car crash inferno and all that. And it really got me. But it's a great, tremendous movie. So it's a 4K from 4D. Can't go wrong. So I will watch that and I will review Marathon Man. But I knew that was coming. Little extra was in there too. Little extra. It is from 1960. It's School for Scoundrels. A classic bit. This is, although it came out in 1960, it's very 50s British sort of comedy. You've got Terry Thomas, Ian Carmichael. You've got Alistair Sim. You've got Hattie Jakes in there. It's a classic comedy. And again, I haven't seen it for a long time. So it'll be great to revisit this. And I know what Fordy's up to. He just wants to hear my opinions about these movies. Otherwise, he'd have kept all of them. But no, I'll cast them aside to Kilty. Let him pontificate and ruminate upon them. That sounds really rude, doesn't it? So, we'll have a Butchers at that and Marathon Man. Now, as I say, cookery-wise, I'm no cook, I'm no chef, and no saucier. That's for certain. But I do like me grub. And me and Scrowy, another great channel, friend and contributor from down under, we were talking, and only the last couple of hours we've been nattering away about barbecues and food. And I come up with something. I said, well, I've had my breakfast, and because it's now late night for him, I think, but I'd had my breakfast, and it was so good. I told him about it. He went, oh, I feel like I'm one of them myself now. So what I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to make another one later on, just for a laugh. And then I'll do the magazine show as well. Or I might do it in the opposite order. I don't know. We'll see how it all works out. But one thing I want to say about food as well is I'm no expert at preparing it, cooking it, but I'm bloody good at eating it, and I know what I like. Now, I was out in town, Liverpool, only the other night, and meeting my mate Mark. Hadn't seen Mark all this year. So he was off work this week, but his wife and his daughter were away. And he went, well, while the cat's away, us men mice will play. So we arranged to meet up. And but we arranged to meet on Thursday. Now, those of you in the UK, and all around Europe, and even Australia, know that it's been Eurovision in Liverpool. God, don't we just know it? Can't get away from the bloody thing. It's over now, it's finished. But we had a week of just Eurovision antics, and town was chocker, unbelievable. The atmosphere's been really buzzing like buzzing mate. Been absolutely fucking boss, and it's been crazy. So, but me and Mark didn't figure on that. And I said, oh, to Mrs. Kilman, I'm meeting Mark Thursday, we're going to go to town. And she went, are you insane? Are you completely insane? It's Eurovision. And I went, how did I not think of that? Because it's all over TV, we're bombarded with it. And I was like, oh shit, you'll never get served. It'll be full of sequins and lots of people trying to put their hand up a rogue Highlander's kilt. Yes, yeah. So it's like, can't wait! Let's go earlier! Let's go every night during the week. No. So we arranged to meet up in one of my favourite hostelries over the other side of the water. The Crocodile, as it's known, on Harrington Street. And the heavens opened, and I wasn't wearing a great deal, and I was drenched through. It come bouncing down. It was a nightmare. And but I came sliding into the pub, thinking, oh well, there'll be millions of people at the bar, so I'll be cushioned on the way in. And I came slip sliding my way through the front door. There was no one there. In fact, there was no one anywhere. Town was empty. It was a ghost town. So much so that even my friend Mark didn't turn up. Mark, if you're watching, I know it's not your fault, mate, I know. But circumstance, that thing, stuff, got in his way and he couldn't make it. But I was in town, and very often I'm lone wolf in town anyway. So, and that's kind of the way I like it. And so I had a great time. I did what I usually do. The rain went off, drinking whiskey. I was bouncing up and down Matthew Street, and more people were around. Don't get me wrong. When I say it's a ghost town, there were still thousands of people about, but it was not like what you'd seen on the news and when everyone was saying, oh, town's really buzzing, it's crazy. Because everyone was down at what they call the Eurovision Village, down at the pier head and the waterfront, and obviously in the arena as well, where it was all taking place. So everyone was down there, and not so many were actually up in town itself. But I still had a good time. But there's always a point in the evening in town, or even the wee small hours, when suddenly you realise, shit, I'm completely starving. Yeah. So I did what I always do when I'm in town. Reach for the bottle. No. I went to the Lobster Pot. Now there's 2 Lobster Pots. This is a fast food place, but a brilliant fast food place. You've got one on Whitechapel and you've got one by Central Station, further uptown. But I always go to the one by Whitechapel. They're both the same menu. And but for many, many years, drinking around town on my famous Freedom Friday, I'd find myself in there and I would always get chicken curry, rice and chips. And it'd be large. You'd order a large one and it would be large. It'd be like just heaped up like that. Wow, fantastic stuff. And they even did a bit, that was chicken, it was a chicken curry, which was their curry sauce with chicken and rice and chips. But there'd be a tandoori one as well. And you go, ooh, sometimes you go, oh, I feel like the tandoori, different flavour again, but just as huge and majestic. And sometimes that would sell out, so you'd be stuck with just the original chicken curry. No loss, really. Fantastic stuff. So, but during lockdown, or when lockdown ended, and we could go back to pubs and clubs and eateries, I went in there and I went, and they knew me, and I went, chicken curry, rice and chips, large please. They went, we don't do chicken curry anymore. What? Yeah, what? Is this something to do with COVID? You know, we don't do it. It's not on the menu anymore. I said, shut up. And of course, we go down the display where they're cooking the chips and all that, and it's all burgers and chicken burgers and all different types of food. But down the other end is where the chicken dishes are. So I thought, you're lying to me. So I went down there, and no, there was no chicken curry. I said, but there must be. Why don't you do that? Oh, we don't know. We just don't do it anymore. I said, what about the one on by Central Station? Does that do it? No, it's exactly the same. Oh, Christ. Give me, I don't know, bloody menus up there. I spent an hour trying to decide what to eat and probably came up to fish and chips in the end. But they've never done it since. So I was in there, of course, lone wolf again, hungry lone wolf, and it goes into the Lobster Pot. And of course, how can you not recognise this? Even if I don't go in for like months on end, I'm still known everywhere around town. Even when I go in with literally next to nothing on, and even a skiing do, a knife, you know, your wee Scottish dirk living down your boot. There's someone knocking at the door, don't believe this. See, stuff gets in the way. 1 second. God. See, timing, as ever, not my strong point. They've arrived back with the shopping, haven't they? So anyway, even with the skiing do, I'm wearing next to nothing. No doorman, no bouncer is ever going to stop me going in. They're just not going to do it. And they just go, Kilty, shake hands, how you doing? And I walk in, and then the next person after me, you got trainers on, mate, you're not coming in here. Go on, I'll sling your hook. Your hair's a mess, get out. I get away with it. Anyway, so I goes in there, and they were kind of going already, we don't do chicken curry. I said, I know you don't. It's a draconian rule, I don't agree with it. But what can you do for me though? I went down to the chicken display. Salt and pepper chicken, and it's lovely salt and pepper chicken as well. It's all the sauces, you know, or you get it in the tray and all that, and it's smothered in the sauce as well. It's gorgeous. I said, I'll have salt and pepper chicken, but you still do a curry sauce, don't you? And he went, can you do curry and chips, yeah? So why can't you just do some chicken and put the curry sauce on it? But no, you can't do that. I said, well, but you can cover that in curry sauce, can't you? And they looked at each other and they were like, I don't see why not. So I said, I'll have salt and pepper chicken with rice and chips, large, and I want you to cover it with curry sauce. So they did. Now, those of you on Facebook who know me on Facebook, I put pictures of it on. I know, it's pure dirty. It's dirty but delicious. And it's just heaped up like that. And it does look like a brontosaurus has just shat itself, you know. But my God, it was fantastic. It was the stodge that you needed. And God, it tasted fantastic. So I've now called it, it's Kilted Chicken XS. Eat it if you can, you know, I challenge you. So those of you around here, you know, and know the Lobster Pot, that's what, get onto that right away. And say, oh, Kilt-Man said about this. Mention my name and you'll be barred forever. So I'm not doing that later on, but I'll do something else and we'll have some fun cooking that up. Right, folks, I'm going to have to split because all the shopping's just come in, so got to get that away. And you know, time is of the essence, of course. And I'm playing Leonard Rosenman's score for The Car, a film I have reviewed and I've done a commentary track for as well. James Brolin, the great James Brolin, goes up against a demonic black sedan in the deserts of Santa Ynez, actually New Mexico, but fantastic movie. And Scrowy down under is watching it right now as we speak, so I thought I'll play the music as well. And he said, oh, great score. And of course it features the Dies Irae, that Gregorian chant, the tritone, known as the devil's hymn, the devil's music, the devil's tritone. And it's about a demonic car on the rampage. But I've done a commentary and I've reviewed it, so just a little treat playing the score. Folks, I have been always shall be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, and as ever, put the shopping away quickly, Kilt-Man, because we've got other stuff to do in between time. Please keep it Kilted, keep it Celtic. And I'll be back later on with Anarchy, probably. We've got Cooking with Kilty and we've got a magazine edition. Yeah. And at some point, Marathon Man and School for Scoundrels and a load of other stuff too. Folks, I'm going to see you all